like, and subscribe. And let me begin by prefacing my preface. Trump's first Attorney General, William Barr, when asked a question by a reporter about lying to the public, he responded by saying, "Whoever is the winner or the conqueror or the bully, whatever that person says is truth and become history." And we've had to deal with over hundreds of years of that. However, a false narrative is a lie, and it will never stand the true test of time. And that time has come. Israelis can no longer take a DNA test unless they get permission from their government. They're trying to hide a lie. But that lie time has come and it's over with. Even Israelis will tell you that they are not God's chosen people. Netanyahu's name? Milikovich. He's Polish. That time has come. Egyptians will no longer allow mummies DNA to be tested. Why? Because the time of that lie is over with. Mr. Barr, if you can hear me, truth can't be buried. Over time, it builds up until a truth seeker's cup runneth over. And they don't know where to begin when it comes to telling the truth. And that's the problem I have. What the lie, the rabbit hole is so deep, full of lies, where do I begin? This is my problem. And we're talking about thousands of years of lying, lying in newspapers, radios, books, and movies full of what's been called little white lies directed toward the 12 tribes and directly at foundational Black Americans of Deuteronomy 28. The lies are all over the place, and the truth has to track them and hunt them down. Now this is where my preface truly begins. Moses warned Hebrew Israelites of the dangers of trying to civilize Gentiles. Moses warned Hebrew Israelites of the dangers of trying to civilize Gentiles. He warned us. He did not just tell us to follow the Ten Commandments. He separated us from the Gentiles and drowned them in the Red Sea. However, Yahshua Jesus flipped the script and began healing and civilizing Gentiles. He was aware of the prophecy and sent 82 disciples around the world in pair of twos to civilize the world. And Yahshua Jesus volunteered to be the first to suffer the curse to save and civilize Gentiles. Yes, so Yahshua Jesus did not die for the sins of his people, Hebrew Israelites. He died for the sins of Gentile to civilize them. And we see traces of that all over the world, especially in America, where basically all the technology in America was created by Black Americans, the foundational Black Americans, the true Hebrew Israelites by blood of the son of Moses' brother Aaron. In essence, Yahshua wanted to awaken the Spirit of God in Gentiles. Yahshua wanted to awaken the Spirit of God in Gentiles, and it was going to cost us 400 years of suffering. That time is up. The Spirit of God is dormant in all human beings. And something must be done to awaken them. Now understand this. The Spirit of God is love. Love is not an emotion that comes and goes. Love is a non-emotional intelligence, a feeling. The qualities of love are necessary for the survival of life on earth. The qualities of love are necessary for the survival of life on earth. Understand it. Do not use love as love is not a cliche. It is the basics of intelligence manifested in truth. The qualities of love are necessary for the survival of life on earth. Love is regenerative and creates something out of nothing. The qualities of love: respect, moral, caring, understanding, the values of living in a society. These are things that are the characteristics of love. These things are not emotions. They represent spiritual intelligence. Understand this. And it might seem like I'm jumping from point to point, but certain things are necessary for you to understand, for you to grasp what I'm saying. Understand this. God is infinite living mind, as stated in the Kabbalion. God, the Creator, is not a human being. God, the Creator, is not a human being. And what we want to do as human beings is to grow closer and closer to God. And in doing so, we become gods. Once we awaken the dormant Spirit of God within us, and that is done with truth. God is conscious awareness. God is conscious awareness. We live in the mind of God. The laws of God is all that is necessary to govern humanity. God has nothing to prove to anyone, and God doesn't have to be here 24/7. Because if you break the laws of God, you will suffer karma. If you obey the laws of God, you will suffer karma also. The laws of God is all that is necessary to govern humanity. God has nothing to prove to anyone. 1,000 years is like a second to God. How you decide to use your time is neither here nor there to God. Now, understand this. Death does not exist. Only change exists. What is will not be subtracted from or added to what is. What is will not be subtracted from or added to. And I say this to tell you that death does not exist in the sense that you think. Death is change. It is a conversion. It is change. It is a diversion from what you are. You will become something else during death. The atoms, the molecules, and the things that you are made of will divert into other things. And you will lose your consciousness of self. You can serve life as a blade of grass, fruit and trees, beasts of burden, or human beings, or gods, by various degrees of knowledge, exemplified by intelligence. The choice is yours. I'm speaking of reincarnation, fate, and karma. Now, I'm going to end with this. Understand this. This is very important. The reason Yahshua, Jesus, wanted to save Gentiles was because of love. He wanted to bring the Spirit of God out of dormancy in Gentiles. Some Gentiles have become spiritually awakened and have become disciples of truth and love. Some Gentiles have become spiritually awakened and have become disciples of truth and love. They are, and what they understand this, and what you can recognize them because they are returning beavers, wolves, bisons, and other animals back into nature to restore nature's regenerative process and to ensure life on earth. Others have taken on man's inhumanity to man and are using spiritual intelligence to call out lies. Their souls will know life anew as their spirit awakens. Psalms 23 tells us the souls of the 12 tribes will be restored, which is to say, they will suffer remembrance from the cruelty that they have done, but their souls will be restored. Their souls will be restored. Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restores my soul in his name's sake. This is what he will do for the gatekeepers. Because what they do, what they're doing, and what they have become is because of forgetfulness. And that forgetfulness was caused by Gentiles out of their ignorance. But before I end, I want to say this. Understand this. Intelligence and knowledge are two different things. You have to grasp this. Knowledge is learning disciplines. And what I mean by disciplines is studying science, electricity, plumbing, becoming engineers. Those are disciplines. Those are disciplines, and disciplines can be called knowledge. Animals have knowledge. Some animals can use tools. That's knowledge. But what is intelligence? Intelligence is using knowledge wisely. Intelligence is using knowledge wisely. And when you use knowledge wisely, then and only then do you become spiritual. Then you become spiritual. And the key to intelligence is love. And I've explained the definition of love. Respect, morals, values, things that produce life, things that can be used to engineer life so that we evolve spiritually. And when you hear the saying in the Bible, my cup runneth over, that means that that person's cup is running over with love, with the understanding of knowledge, the importance of truth. All of these things lead to intelligence. They lead to spiritual intelligence. All these things wake up the spirit in humanity. This is why we don't have to worry about evil people becoming intelligent, or evil people, they can only know so much knowledge. And when they misuse that knowledge, it turns against them. And this is what's happening right now. The people who voted for Trump, they voted for Trump out of ignorance. But then let me not even use Trump. Forget about Trump. People who vote for pedophiles, thieves, and knowingly vote for felons will not be successful. And they have no one, and this is a part of their karma. And the idea of thinking that I am going to go out and pick cotton is ridiculous. This just shows, that's just ignorance built on lies. And I'm going to end here, although my cup runneth over, with me trying to bring truth to lies. My cup runneth over. God bless us all, and it is never too late, for in every moment time can bring about change for those who desire to be chosen. For those who desire to be chosen. Spiritual intelligence respects and expects a multicultural world as created by God, dependent on each other to sustain life, so that all humans can become gods to varying degrees. It's nature dictates out of necessity. Now understand this last paragraph fully. Spiritual intelligence respects and expects a multicultural world as created by God, dependent on each other to sustain life, so that all humans can become gods to varying degrees. This is what we are